Number 2, reading aloud your daily text.
亲爱的日记 Lucille 将她和 Jack 在加拿大安大略省一个偏远地区的生活点滴记录在日记里面。那里的茂密森林有巨大冷杉群和松树，你可以看到许多野生动物，像是熊、鹿和兔子。加拿大有春天、夏天、秋天和冬天4个季节。Jack 和 Lucille 真的很喜欢住在加拿大。
Hi everybody and welcome back to the second part of our class. We'll be doing some reading right now, but not just reading, reading aloud, so you can practice your reading and your speaking skills at the same time. As I mentioned earlier, we have a beginner class today. We'll be reading number 18, article number 18 in our reader. It's called Dear Diary. I'll read it aloud first, and then you can practice afterwards by reading it aloud as well. Here we go. As of today, Jack and I have lived in Canada for 1 year. It is hard to believe. Life is very different here. The land is wild with very thick forests. You cannot see through them. There are many unfriendly animals, such as bears. Some animals, like deers and rabbits, are friendly, as long as you do not scare them. Very few people live in this region of Ontario. Our closest neighbor lives 20 miles away. In Canada, there are more animals than people. From the top of the mountain, you can see for miles in every direction. Our neighbor, a writer, says Canada is the land of the pointed trees. I guess that is because the enormous fir and cedar trees have pointed tops. They are so tall they appear to reach the sky. There are other trees whose leaves fall off every autumn and grow back every spring. There are 4 seasons in Canada. In the autumn, the air gets cold and the leaves on the trees change to bright orange, yellow, and red. The pointed fir and cedar trees stay green all year round. In the winter, the snow falls to the ground. It snows so much that we can't see out of the small windows in our log cabin. On those days, we have to shovel the snow away from our door. Then the spring comes and the snow begins to melt. You can smell the sap in the trees and new bright leaves begin to grow on them. The summers are very hot and humid. There are many mosquitoes in summertime. We take baths in the lake at night when the mosquitoes are sleeping. Jack and I really like living in Canada. It is a strange but beautiful country. Sincerely yours, Lucille. Now that's it for our article. Let's do a little quick review because there's something odd about this article. First of all, it's about living in Canada. And Lucille is writing in her diary about their life in Canada. And she talks about how things are so unusual for her. How there's some scary or unfriendly animals, but some friendly animals. And how there are very few people there. She also talks about the trees, the pointed trees, which are the evergreens, or they look like Christmas trees. And the other trees that drop their leaves and change color, and they're very beautiful. She mentions that there's 4 seasons in Canada. It can get cold in the winter, but hot and humid in the summer. She also said there's lots of mosquitoes. Now, what is so strange about it? She said she's living in a log cabin. Now in Canada, most people, they do not live in log cabins. Usually I think what this means is it's a historical article, which means it was probably written over 100 years ago or even longer. I have a feeling that these people were in Canada when it was just developing, maybe 150 years ago. Because right now, not too many people live in log cabins. They live in nice homes or they live in the cities. So this piece might have been written a long, long, long time ago, but it's very interesting. Now, don't forget your homework. You should read this article aloud, not only to practice your reading, but also your speaking and your pronunciation skills. That's it for this part. Let's go on to the next part of our class.